Get ready with me. So this is my story. So once there's this boy. His name was I don't know, Jacob, and he went to the workshop, okay? The lady asked him, "What do you want for lunch today? What do you want for anything?" And he just said, "Oh, I'm just gonna look around." And she was like, "Why?" And he was like, Next day, he appeared there again, and he said, "Do you have any, mugs?" And she was like, "This is a sports store." And then he was like, "Well, I still think that I should be involved, And then he was like, and then she was like, "Involved with what?" And then he was like, "Involved with how many mugs there are." And she's like, "There are no mugs." And then, the boy was like, Jacob was like, he was like, "Oh, do you know what mugs I'm talking about?" And she was like, "The drink kind, we don't have any of those there." And then he was like, "Not those mugs." And he was like, "This is a sports store, right?" And then she was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "What mugs do you have here then?" And then she was like, "Oh my God, what mugs are you talking about?" And I honestly just hated that reaction because I just don't. Let's say the store owner's name was Mary. So they kept on having this conversation for 3 hours, and Mary finally thought of what the mug could be. So she politely asked him to leave the store. She said, "Jacob, please leave our store because I have no idea what you're talking about, and customer service cannot help this kind of issue. We are not a furniture store." And then he was like, "But you're supposed to have these cups." And then so she kicks him out for the day, just naturally. And then he's like, "Wait, you still don't know what cups I'm talking about, do you?" And then she's like, "No, I don't." And then the boy's like, he's like, "Well, then how come you kicked me out of your store for it?" And then she's like, "Okay, I've put up with you long enough. What are you talking about?" And then finally, he told her, and she was not an employee there anymore. Ends up that she came looking for the same thing after. He kicked her out of the store. He went, "I know what you're talking about. I just don't want to serve you." He was like, "Anyone else will be happy to serve you, but just not me." And then she got out, she went full out because she went, "Wow. Just wow, I'm giving you 1-star rating." And then she marched out to the store and she broke the door. Oh, that's right. And you know what I think was crazy? Because whenever I see stuff like that, I'm just like, "Ooh, I want another story." They say, click this and then click that, and then the second part's here. But it's not. Meanwhile, once I figure out how to give a second part, I will put on the video, just to let you know. And one more thing. Why am I sounding like a paragraph right now? One more thing. First, then. No. First, next, then, finally. And then just all this stuff. It just needs to be a little more, I don't know, edited. Because obviously they say they're going to do something, and then they're like, oh, no. They just choose not to do it. So that was a huge mistake they made. Because I reported one of the videos for doing that, lying, and inappropriate content. Guess what? He's not there anymore. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments, and I will answer them as soon as I can, okay? I'll be watching. One more thing. Guys, if you have the Juicy Bomb and you just got it, this stuff, do not roll it up all the way, because you cannot roll it back down. Here's what happened to mine. Yeah, you have to keep it just a little bit so then you can fit the thing into there. So now I'm keeping this. If you have any questions about what I am going to do next, I will be doing a shout out. And if you want your name shouted out, please say Mariana Rocks in the comments. Mariana. Thank you. Bye-bye.